Hey folks, welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're going to do something special today. Jig for coho salmon off of Milwaukee. These fish are all in our harbors.
Close to 14 there.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Yes, folks, we're on Lake Michigan off the city of Milwaukee, and one of the most fun things to do out here is to jig for king and coho salmon. And my buddy Vince, who is Mississippi Vince, is over here today. And Vince, you actually were a first mate and a captain on Lake Michigan before you moved to the Mississippi.
Correct, yep. And every now and then I still come over here and run a boat. But I grew up doing this, and I don't get to do it very often, and it's pretty rare just to get the opportunity in summer to come out here and do it. And I had days off and you had days off, and this is going to be a blast.
Tell the folks about the jigging bite, how exciting it is. We're not going to troll at all today. It's all jigging, and how exciting is it?
It's so much fun. There's nothing else you can hook on a spinning rod that fights like these salmon do. I love it. Yeah.
Hey, guess who we got along? Henry Abbott, and your buddy might join us later?
Yep.
Hey, we're going to have fun.
Oh yeah, we're going to have a blast.
All right. Hey folks, so show what we're using and how we're using it. All that coming up right after this.
Use a polar trailer or cart to check off your to-dos easily and quickly. All polar trailers and carts are built to last and come with a 5-year warranty. Polar trailers and carts are built for projects, no matter what you have to get done. These trailers and carts can withstand anything when you put them to the test. They are built strong. Polar trailers and carts, built for lawn, garden, farm, and field to help you get all your outside projects done.
I'll tell you what, folks, I've been a proud user of AMSOIL for many years, and us sportsmen a lot of times not only have a truck, but a boat, an ATV, a snowmobile. And how do you figure out which AMSOIL product to use in each machine?
Yeah, that can be a challenge sometimes, and you know, we make it easy. We've got a lookup guide. You just go to amsoil.com, you put in your vehicle, whatever it may be, whether it's a boat, a wheeler, a truck, a trailer, whatever. You pick out your product, it tells you how much and which product to put in. Real simple.
And one thing I want to mention too, AMSOIL does a ton of research before you even put the product on the market. You make sure that it's the best.
That's correct. It's years in the making for a product to launch. There's a ton of research and development to make sure that it's going to protect like it's supposed to.
And folks, to find the AMSOIL you want, go to amsoil.com. Hey, welcome back. Vince is the first to connect. Oh, look at that, Vince. I got one on too now, Vince. I got one on too, buddy. Double header. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. Henry, we're going to need help here, buddy. We're going to need help. Okay, there we go. And here come, oh, my gosh, these are gorgeous coho salmon. Gang, look at that. Hey, come on over here, buddy. You know, I'm so used to fishing with you on the Mississippi River, but I want to tell the folks, you actually grew up fishing on Lake Michigan, right?
I did. I grew up right here by Milwaukee, out here doing the salmon thing since I was 15, 16 years old, and this is a blast to get back here and do this.
So he had 2 days off. I said, hey, can I come over and fish the Mississippi? He said, no, I'm going to come over and fish. This is such a cool deal, man.
Oh, yeah. Getting these things on light tackle is a blast. There's nothing else like it you can do in Wisconsin.
Well, let's unhook these and hold them up. Yeah. Nice job, buddy. Double header. What a way to start, Henry Abbott.
Not bad. A double header right away.
And you know what was kind of interesting? You know, we were looking underneath the boat at the side imaging and the 2D. They don't spook close to the boat, do they?
No, they were swimming right underneath us, and we went vertical on them, and they went crazy.
And again, these are the best eating fish on Lake Michigan.
Absolutely.
And how old is a coho like that, do you think about? That's probably a 4-year-old.
Yeah, probably 4-year-olds.
And then they die, right, when they spawn?
They'll spawn and die.
Hold those out, guys. Great start. And we'll talk a little bit later on, folks, on how we find these fish. But baits are really important. And, you know, I match the hatch. They're feeding on alewives, and I love that 5-inch jerk minnow. Got a little speck in there, you know, and it looks almost identical to a walleye. And a Kastmaster is one of your favorites?
Yep, it just kind of flutters around real nice. Looks like dying bait. Easy meal for them.
And we're trying to fish over schools of baitfish, right?
Correct, yep. And these salmon, they're swimming right underneath the bait and just going up and feeding at will.
There he is, Vince. Look at that is so cool. Oh, look at him. Whoa, I'll tell you what, that is cool, man. There we go. Look at that, a beautiful coho salmon. Hey, Vince. If you only got one bite a day, you'd be satisfied because the bite is just so cool. You know, you do your rip like that, and all of a sudden it goes boom like that. And these are trophy fish, folks. You look at these coho salmon.
That's an 8-pound coho.
That is right there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. And, you know, the baits that we showed in the beginning are basically what you use out here. But today, we're more of a vertical jig bite underneath the bait.
Yeah, there's just so many swimming around. It's easier just to keep it in the water right under the boat.
And you don't have to have any special sonar with this either, you know. You can just come out here with your regular old 2D sonar, and what you do is look for schools of bait.
Exactly. Find the big clouds of bait on the graph with the 2D, and the salmon are going to be there eating.
Yeah, I mean, that's incredible. And again, the best time to do this, folks, is when you've had predominant west winds, right?
Yep, and that water's cold. That brings the bait in.
And so the west wind keeps the cold water towards shore?
Yep, blows the warm water out and the cold water comes back in.
And then the salmon come too. Yep. Look at that. Isn't that a beauty, pal? And there's a lot of good meat on there, isn't there? Mm-hmm. Right in the middle of my lunch.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, look at that thing. My gosh. That is a big coho. Henry, can you grab that nut, buddy?
I got her.
Get him. I can't believe how acrobatic these fish are. That is awesome, buddy.
That's a good one.
That might be a 10-pounder, right?
That's a big coho.
And coho, whoa. When you're vertical jigging, folks, and they fight like this, they are what we call green. They got a lot of fight left in them. Good job, man. Hey, Henry?
Yep.
I mean, you know, we talk about fishing opportunities across the country. This is very unique.
Freshwater, this is as good as you're going to get.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Vince, this doesn't happen every year, does it?
No, this really depends a lot on getting the right wind to get the cold water and get the bait in here.
So if you come out here, though, seriously, and you don't have the fancy sonar, just a regular 2D sonar, you can find these fish.
Yep, you can find the bait, and where you find those alewives, there's going to be salmon there.
Now, the real reason that these salmon are in here, folks, is because the alewives are. And when you look on the locator, there's thousands of these, Vince.
Thousands upon thousands of them.
And the salmon follow these schools?
They do. This is their primary food source out here. So where you find the alewife, you're going to find the salmon.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Check out this deal. It's an in-store only special. The Northland Eye Candy Plastics on sale, $5 a bag.
Hey, this might be a show first. I've got 3 charter boat captains on board at the same time. Hey, Caleb, we just got done with work, and I'm glad you're joining us. There's a ton of coho out here right now.
Yeah, there's plenty of fish out here to be had. You know, we got cold water right now, plenty of bait, and it's been good fishing.
And I got Captain Connor on this side. You already fished up in Algoma today, but we called you and said a hot bite, you came down.
Yep.
Now, this is fun. You've caught them jigging before?
Absolutely.
And?
Favorite.
It's my favorite, too. Well, come on, get us some more fish, guys. Hey, look at that. Caleb, all right, buddy. Hey, are you having fun, man?
Having a blast.
I'm glad you came after work. You know, you and I have been doing this together for a long time.
Yeah, we have.
All right, buddy. Coho, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, look at the size of that coho salmon. Really? Now that's on your favorite bait out here, right?
It is my favorite. It's a Truce Kastmaster.
So you can actually, you know, we always show how we kind of do this, but that was a straight retrieve?
Yep, just a straight retrieve. Threw it out there, probably counted 15, 16, and just nice slow retrieve.
Well, Vince and I have been talking, and you're out here all the time too. This is the best eating in the lake right here?
100%, John.
Henry Abbott, what were you doing with that one?
Straight retrieve, like Caleb said.
Oh, look at him taking out line. Could that be a king, guys? I don't know. It's sure ripping line out. Yeah. All right, Henry, let's see what we got here, buddy. And Henry.
Another king.
Is that a king?
It is.
It's interesting later in the day, isn't it, that these kings come in here? But Henry, that one right there on your grill, you will be a happy camper. That is delicious food. But, you know, you and I fish a lot together. There's something special about these hits, isn't there?
It is. It's a lot of fun. That was on a straight retrieve again.
As we mentioned earlier, folks, this is really hands-on fishing. You know, trolling, it's fun to catch them, but this, to me, is the deal. And basically, we're vertical jigging. And whether it's a spoon or plastic, what kind of action do you like to give?
I like something that's going to flutter down real nice, and that's when they're going to bite it, is when that bait's free falling down, looking like a dying piece of bait.
Okay, and on the 2D sonar, you can see the school of bait. So if we're in 30, 40 feet of water, sometimes you only want to fish halfway down?
Yep, like today, I think we're fishing about 15 to 20 feet down in 35 feet of water.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that spoon is on. Whoa, look at that guy go, wow. What is this spoon again, you guys?
Moonshine.
It's the Moonshine spoon. And this has been a hot bait out here. I actually better stand up so I don't keep away from that pole. Look at this fish, wow. Okay, guys, here he comes in the net ski. Whoa, I can't believe the size of these fish, Vince, right?
They're big.
They are big cohos. There we go. But no, I'll tell you what, folks, that Moonshine spoon, I've had at least 4 or 5 hits on it, and it's something new from Acme Tackle. And when we were out with Captain Al and Caleb a couple of weeks ago, they were trolling with them. They were red hot that night. And I'll tell you what, this vertical jigging with them, they're red hot again.
I like the dimpled gold. They make a shiver minnow with the same color.
Yeah.
And it's great for walleyes. I haven't used this spoon yet till today, but I'm going to use it more.
Oh, that's red hot. And all you do is lift it up and let it fall, and it flutters like that. Mm-hmm. That is an awesome bait. And while we're here, buddy, you know, taking a look at the Mega Live unit, you can see that bait and swimming around. I mean, that is an incredible visual tool. Can you see it all on there?
Yeah, you can see your bait. You see the salmon come in, chase it around up and down. It's cool.
But that's what the bait ball looks like on there right now, and that is absolutely unbelievable. Now that is I can't believe the average coho today has been that size.
Yeah, they've been fantastic.
Yeah, and that's number 3 for me. We were fishing Lake Michigan out of Milwaukee, a 0-hour drive from Milwaukee, 1.5 hours from Chicago, and 5 hours from Minneapolis.
If you are a spring walleye fisherman, grab some of these. They're an incredible bait. Kalins, rattling google eye, hair jigs. Right there, Ryan. Ooh, that one pounded it. Wow, dude, that is my first cast. Beautiful walleye right there on the hair, man. Perky, lively, smacking hair jigs. Doesn't get much better, does it? Big, fat, chunky spring walleyes.
New Mega Live imaging shows you what's below in real time with edge-to-edge clarity and no gaps in coverage, all so you can turn must-watch detail into non-stop action. Only from Humminbird.
Folks, I've relied on Johnson Pump products for many years, and now they're even better. Check out the new Aqua Void Bilge and the Aqua O2 Aerator.
The best advantage with the new products is no tools necessary to replace your motor cartridge. Quick watertight connector and the same easy change cartridge. With the new motor cartridges, we have a high efficiency impeller and a low amp draw motor. To the angler, they're gonna have faster fill of their live wells, and they're gonna have better aeration along with a faster evacuation of their bilge. This pump will fit on any boat. It has a multi-configuration inlet port as well as a 360 rotation outlet port.
Johnson Pump, reliability on board. You think this is a coho?
Yep.
Yeah.
A nice coho.
Just a nice coho. But look at that rod. Folks, I'll tell you what, people spend big money to go to Alaska and the West Coast to do this, and I drove 5 miles from my house, Vince. You know? Keep battling them, buddy. Got him! Nice job, you guys. Heck, that was a good fight. Connor, They are something else, aren't they, my friend?
That was awesome.
I mean, you know, you do a lot of fishing on Lake Michigan, and you do a lot of trolling too, but this is just special, isn't it?
Right. It's the closest thing we got to saltwater fishing. It's awesome.
And that fight, man, I'll tell you what, that lasted a long time.
Right.
And you don't want to pump, right? Just keep your rod up in pressure.
Yep, for the most part. Got to reel down sometimes to gain on them, but
yeah, let's take a look at that. That is just a gorgeous fish. And Vince, for eating these, you just flay them like a walleye?
Yep, same way as a walleye. Take the ribs out, and you got a beautiful fillet of meat.
And again, we've talked about it several times, but the coho are the candy in Lake Michigan.
These are the best eating in the lake.
You are getting hot up. Oh my gosh, this is a nice fish here. You see that come up fast?
Man, he bolted right to the surface.
Oh, that is incredible. Were you vertical jigging that,
Just
Caleb?
Vertical jigging, and you know, the bait's pushed up pretty high, so these fish are only about 10, 15 feet under the surface.
Oh, we got another one on the back. We missed this one back here. Let's get this one in up front. That is a beautiful, beautiful coho. And you know, Vince and I talked about it earlier, Caleb. Here we are in 40 feet of water, and how far down are those fish?
They're only down 10, 15 feet.
That is incredible, isn't it?
It is.
So you just got to you can start at the bottom and work your way up?
Basically, yeah, you work the whole water column, but it seems like the active fish are only down 10, 12 feet.
Boy, is that a beautiful coho,
That's a big
right?
coho there, John.
Are you and Captain Al still catching those out on the charter pretty good?
Yeah, we are. There's still a lot of cohos in this lake to be caught, you know.
Yeah, that's a beautiful fish right there. And you're taking that home for your lovely wife, Jess?
Yep, we're going to bring that home and put it on the grill.
Ooh, another little king on here. You gonna flip him in, or you need the net?
I can probably flip him once he gets tired.
Flip it in, king salmon. That's the Gillespie way, isn't it, Vince?
Yeah.
No, that's actually a nice one, buddy. There's the perfect grilling salmon right there. And Vince, when we were talking in the boat here, when the camera was off, we got a big weather change coming tonight with a lot of east wind, and that'll shut this down for a while.
It'll probably blow some of this cold water out, and blow some warm water in.
So as we talked about at the top of the program, this is a water temperature bite, huh?
Correct. Yep. The cold water is what brings the bait in here.
And the west wind blows the warm water out, and it's replaced by the cold water. So if folks look for a couple days of west wind, this should be good the rest of the summer.
Yeah, there's the possibility, definitely, when you get those few days of west wind tied together.
Ooh, Connor's hooked up with a better fish. And you know what, Vince, I was going to ask you, that is a dandy right there. Don't miss this guy. Okay. And look at the battle. Folks, I'll tell you what, if you haven't experienced this, you got to get out here and try it. And that's a beautiful fish. Look at the size of that coho. Not even a mile offshore in Milwaukee, Vince. You know that? Yeah. And I was going to ask you, obviously you're guiding the Mississippi River and you got a good bite going on over there. But these various harbors, I mean, it's not just Milwaukee, right?
No, this can happen in any port up and down the lake here.
So Port Washington can be good, Sheboygan, Racine, Kenosha, all those areas. And this is a beautiful fish there. And you do fish the different ports, don't you, Connor?
Yep. I go up and down the whole state from Milwaukee to Sturgeon Bay pretty much.
So any of the ports can have them when you get the west wind, but that's the important thing, the west wind.
Yep. Got to have the bait. The cold water brings in the fish.
Folks, it's time now to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2024 Fishing Contest.
This week's first winner is Bobby Burnt of Effingham, Illinois, caught this 18-inch crappie on Lake Holden using a night crawler. Pat Tobin of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, caught this 50-inch muskie in Canada using a spinnerbait. Greg Burns of Sherwood, Wisconsin, caught this 44-inch northern pike on Rainy Lake using a little Clio. David Foles of Muskego, Wisconsin, caught this 15-inch perch on Lake Michigan using a night crawler. And this week's first kid winner is Corey Lynn of Campbell Sports, Wisconsin, caught this 10-1/4-inch bluegill on a lake using a red worm. And Luke Martin of Stevens Point, Wisconsin, caught this 28-inch walleye on Lake Wassoo using a spinnerbait. Each week, I shop online at fleetfarm.com to check out the latest deals. This week, the Northland Eye Candy Plastics are on sale for $5 a bag. This is an in-store only special.
Meet Chris McGillis of McGillis Weimer, experienced personal injury lawyers.
A lot of the people that watch your show, I mean, those are the type of customers and clients that we have, right? I mean, good people, care about their community, they're passionate about the outdoors. That's just been a way to have a bond with somebody in a relationship. To truly tell a client's story to a jury or a judge and be persuasive, I really think you got to be able to walk in their shoes and be able to explain why what happened to them matters.
You know, I can't get these guys out of here, folks. They're having too much fun. Connor's hooked up again. Henry just lost one. Another big one there, Vince?
Yeah, Connor's got a nice one.
Yeah, I mean, the size is just incredible. And again, folks, I can't repeat myself enough. These are the best fish in the lake to eat. And what's so cool, too, Vince, is each guy can keep 5 coho?
That's correct.
Yeah.
5 per person.
I mean, that's just an incredible amount of meat, folks. I mean, what do you think poundage-wise fillets are off of there? They got to be
probably
4 or 5 pounds of meat on there, right?
Yeah, 3 to 4 pounds, I'd say.
Hold them up nice if you can there, buddy. Don't hurt yourself. That's another beautiful coho salmon. What a day, Connor. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
great.
This is just fabulous.
We still got another hour, too.
Well, I don't know if we need it, but we'll put that one in the cooler.
Someone. Yep.
Vince, nobody wants to leave. Of course, we've been out here 8 hours, but I'll tell you what, we have seen fish all day long. Okay, Connor, you're a charter boat guy here, so you got to grab the clam net, okay, buddy? Okay, folks, we're all using 20-pound Smackdown, and what leader material are you using on there?
15-pound gold label.
But there's nothing, you know, like when we fish in the harbors in the fall, they get around posts and stuff. Out here, it's open water, so you can really just fight them.
Yeah, it's real clean out here.
But that 20-pound test is enough. The IVIS Smackdown.
Yep.
And again, the leader material is the fluorocarbon.
Correct.
And the gold metal, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The gold label.
Gold label. I always get that wrong. But great line and great fishing.
Oh yeah.
Are you glad you got away from the river?
Absolutely.
For a day?
This is worth it.
Yeah.
I've been missing this. I don't get to do this very often anymore.
Nothing says party like a hot tub party, especially with the Johnsonville Summer Shandy brats. Start off by cooking your Johnsonville Summer Shandy brats low and slow on the grill for about 20 minutes. Then caramelize onions and butter and bay leaves. Once that's caramelized, add your Summer Shandy beer. Once that's to temperature, you can add your brats, and whenever you're ready to have a brat, it's going to be perfect. So what's so great about this hot tub is that you can eat it whenever you want because you know it will be hot and ready to eat. Let's give it a try. Oh my gosh, delicious. Johnsonville Summer Shandy Brat Hot Tub. Find the recipe at johnsonville.com.
Come on, you guys. I want to go home and have a Johnsonville. Why do you keep catching fish?
This is too good of a bite to leave, John.
I know, this is impressive.
awesome.
And you worked all day, and then we came and picked you up.
The size of these cohos are ridiculous.
I know, really. They really are amazing.
Feeding.
The size has been incredible all day. Did you switch colors there, Caleb?
I did. Yeah, we went over to the Green Glow Kastmaster.
That's a beautiful fish here. Let's get him unhooked. Hey, my friend, want to mention too, you know, we're in July right now, but people should be calling you for that fall salmon deal right now,
Yep,
right?
Definitely. We're booking up. You know, there's some openings, but we'll definitely got some room to get these guys out on these big salmon.
And it's all bobber fishing in the fall, and it's an absolute blast,
Yep,
right?
and casting crankbaits and even vertical jigging. You get into late August, these big fish start showing up. John, this is like a minute after, not even.
I told you, I want to go and have a Johnsonville. I can't
I'm getting hungry. I missed my lunch. I definitely rushed to get out here, and this is unreal.
Yeah, Caleb, is he coming up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my, look at that. Look at that. You know, and as delicious as these fish are too, folks, let's get them unhooked, and I want to ask Caleb a question here. Hey, I want to mention too, you know, we talk about table fare too, and I asked you to do me a favor. There's a place in Kenosha where you can drop these off and have them smoked.
Yeah, called the Fin and Ale right down by the lake, and they do an excellent job smoking them.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I love laying that out over the holidays, that smoked salmon with some crackers. Isn't that wonderful?
Very hard to beat. And again, you know, with the low light, I switched to that glow-in-the-dark Kastmaster.
Yeah. Connor, what do you got on, buddy? Small one, the little guy there. A little king for Henry's Grill. That's the way to do it. It's amazing how many of these little kings we've caught today, huh?
Right.
You know, they're aggressive fish, aren't they?
They sure are. They're not afraid to come in here either.
No.
The skies are clear, shine on and on. Wisconsin woods and waters we all own. The skies are clear, shine on and on. The waters and the woods John calls home.
Pete, I'm getting too old for this.
So John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333.
Vince, you're supposed to help me get these guys out of here, and you're still fishing.
I'm not leaving either. This is way too much
This is
fun.
an absolutely incredible bite. I've been doing this show a long time, and this is a very special day. You just switched to a... that's a beautiful
the Glow
fish.
Kastmaster.
So the colors do make a difference out here. Hey, very, very special day. I've been doing this show a long time, and I'll tell you what.
This is a blast.
The one
Great day.
one you'll remember the rest of your life. Thank you so much.
I can't wait for the next time like this.
And folks, it is our show for today. Please join us next week. Don't know we're going to fish yet. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.